consistency is key.
Amen.
The Mesurables with Waraire and Darius Jones. We can actually do it alphabetical. The Mesurables with Darius Jones and Waraire Boswell. How you like that?
Brother, you know what? Ain't no ego in this, so I don't care whose name is first.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Shot by the amazing CaliiVision. Instagram at The Mesurables. Full episodes available on YouTube. If you like the content, as I say at the top of every and at the end of every episode, please hit subscribe. This is edutainment. How are you, my brother?
Good, man. No complaints. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, brother.
Another one.
It's another one. There's something on my mind, brother, because I gotta know about this.
All right, let's jump right in. Let's do it.
Low-cut basketball shoes.
Low-cut basketball shoes.
Low-cut basketball shoes. The Kobe Grinches, the Kyries,
low tops.
the Bookers, the shoes that AD seem to get injured in every other game.
Okay.
Why are athletes wearing low-cut basketball shoes? I don't understand this.
Bro, you threw me off. I ain't gonna front. You threw me off with the low cut. I thought it was something I didn't know nothing about. Low cut basketball. I thought it was like a low cut shirt or something like that.
No, bro.
You told me you just low tops.
You remember the 80s and the 90s, the Barkleys,
Yeah.
the David Robinsons,
Yeah.
the D Brown pumps,
Yeah.
the Jordans.
Yeah.
They were all
either high top or 3/4. Yeah.
But then they all start wearing the shoe that you wear to go to the market.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a wonder if you're moving at a certain velocity and you change.
Yeah.
Is it a wonder why your ankle is constantly popping out? Huh. Is it a wonder why your ankle's popping out?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why that is. That's a good question. I never thought about that, but you're right. I don't know why the majority of players start going back to the low tops instead of the 3/4 high tops. I don't know.
So
is it aesthetics?
Let me share something with you. So as fate would have it, there's a gentleman in my circle by the name of Jerry. Mm-hmm. Jerry Sawyer, shout to you. He used to work with Kobe.
Okay.
So his claim is that he had a conversation with somebody once upon a time, and they said that the reason why the high top does not stabilize your ankle.
Really?
The ball of your foot that's below your ankle stabilizes you. And when he told me that, I was like, bro, that sounds crazy.
That don't even make sense.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, I guess the better question is this. When we were watching Sedale 3.
Shout out Sedale 3. If y'all brothers don't know Sedale 3, Google Sedale 3.
When we was watching Sedale 3, Sean Kemp, all them, they weren't wearing low cuts.
Nah, they weren't.
At all.
No.
And my question to you is, were there as many Achilles injuries and also turned ankles back then?
No. I mean, maybe turned ankles because that's just a general, easy injury, stop and go. But definitely there wasn't many Achilles injuries back then.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, to me, there's been more Achilles injuries in the last 5 to 10 years than the whole time I've watched basketball.
Agree.
As a young youth.
I agree. I agree.
That used to be an injury that, when you got an Achilles injury, that was like, oh my God, wow, your career might be over.
You're done.
Over. Yeah, and it didn't happen as often.
Right.
But now it seems like they happen so much more often now.
Right.
So and maybe it could be the shoes. I don't know.
So my question to you is, because you remember this. I mean, so you got Steph wearing the low cut, Juju, Halliburton, LeBron, AD, everybody wears it.
Mm-hmm. Is LeBron's really low cut or his 3/4?
Is it?
Well, it could be.
I'm asking.
I mean, the ones I don't really generally wear those type shoes. So the ones that I've seen, they look like they're more 3/4. They're not super low cut. They look a little 3/4 to me.
So this is the deal.
All right.
I hear what you're saying, but my question to you is, even if LeBron's is a 3/4, at the top, is it reinforced like a Converse or an Avia or a Michael Jordan shoe? Because they're all made out of that fly knit now.
Yeah.
Which makes the shoe lighter.
Yeah, lighter.
But does it support the athlete? That's what I don't understand it.
I don't either. That's a good question. I don't either, and I don't wear basketball shoes like that. But that is a very good point, and I never thought about it like that. Yeah, you can't sacrifice the support for the lightness and the comfort. You can't. You can't do that.
So when you were in high school, did you wear basketball shoes?
Oh, yeah, I wore Jordans. Yeah.
We all did.
Yeah.
Kids nowadays, I don't know if they're really wearing basketball shoes like that. And like it seems to me, and I could be wrong, but every shoe that Nike does now is a derivative of like a Kobe, like the like that low silhouette, like the Booker, the Giannis, like they all look alike.
It's like they have a template and they just follow that template to make everyone's shoe.
But this is the amazingness of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
You had the Barkley.
Yeah.
You had the Jordan. Again, you had the Deion.
Yeah.
You had the D Brown.
Yeah.
But then you also had the Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And then outside of basketball, you had the Deion Sanders, the Ken Griffey. These are all like high top shoes.
Don't forget about the Bo Jacksons.
The Bo Jacksons.
Fire.
Bro. But this is where I feel a lot of companies miss now.
What's that?
There's no story involved anymore now.
Yeah, it's not. There isn't. You're right.
Mr. Robinson was Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan, do you know?
Exactly. Yeah. The marketing was incredible.
The
behind those
marketing
shoes
was
back then.
incredible back
Yeah,
then. Now it's just like, we're going to give Ja Morant a shoe.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like the Giannis shoe.
Yeah.
We're going to do a campaign with Giannis standing tough.
Right.
But it's like,
Yeah.
what's the story?
There is no story.
And y'all wondering why your price is dropping stock-wise?
And the crazy thing is, there was a build-up too. It was like
I agree.
We all knew what day the Jordans was coming out and when they were coming out and how much they were, and that was the thing. Like, yo, them Jordans come out such and such.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, and it was a thing that doesn't exist anymore. Nowadays, like a shoe like a John Morant. Like, I don't know when that shoe was coming out. Right. It's like they don't even market that anymore.
I agree. It's kind of like records.
Yeah.
Remember when records used to have a build-up?
Oh yeah, every Tuesday, and you knew when they were coming out, and you felt like that campaign. You saw it. They was on TRL. They was on 160 Park.
Right.
They was just hitting. You saw the momentum leading up to the album coming out. Yeah.
And now it's just like,
hey, I'm dropping an album on Wednesday.
No, sometimes they don't even tell you now.
Yeah.
It's just the record comes out like a secret.
Or they come out, or they just post it. Yeah, I'm posting this on my Instagram. My album's coming out, or my album's out. It's like, really?
Exactly.
What happened to the build-up?
Exactly. So I know that you have a lot that you want to get to as well. But this is my question for you.
Okay.
What was your favorite tennis shoe in high school and college? And also, what is your favorite era of marketing of tennis shoes?
My favorite tennis shoe in college was the Jordans. I don't know the number, but it's Jordans with the reflective tongue with like the.
Is that the one that you pull like that? You put
no. The reflective tongue. There was the black one with like the reflective
tongue.
With
the
mesh on
it had the thing that you pull.
Yes. Those was my favorite ones.
Those was fire.
Oh man, I love it to this day. I would still rock those to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, those, and I would probably say, 90s. But you know what? Going back, it all started. Not to take it far back, but it all started with the weapons.
The weapons?
Bird and
Magic?
Yes.
Bernard King?
Don't you remember that? Don't you remember the commercials?
Yeah, they used to be rapping.
Yeah.
Their flows was terrible, by the
They're
way.
horrible.
But
the marketing behind that's where it started.
I agree.
And it just kind of just grew from there.
It kept on going.
Yeah. And I don't know when the cliff just came and it just fell off the cliff, but it happened. Wow. That doesn't, the marketing behind these shoes doesn't happen anymore.
To jump on that, there is the Mac Attacks was the shoe that John McEnroe wore.
Yeah.
But the Bo Jackson was a derivative of that. They Nike had the Cortez and they had the trainer.
Right.
But like in terms of their high performance, the Mac and the Bo Jackson, they weren't really that far apart.
Right.
Until they came with Jordan and Deion and all, like that's when they just started
The Agassiz too. The Agassiz. The challenges, the AirTech challenges. Woo!
But bro, the commercials.
Again, marketing. That doesn't exist anymore. That level of marketing behind these shoes was fire. I remember the commercials. Sometimes I remember watching the All-Star games just to see the commercial for the new Jordan.
Right.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Because that's when they usually, when I was young, that's when they released the new Jordans right around the All-Star game.
Yep.
I remember I could not wait to see that new Jordan commercial and see if they do an up-close shot of them, see what they look like.
Yes.
Before you didn't know, that was when they premiered. You didn't know what they were looking like, what they looked like. And that's when you got your first glimpse.
I don't understand how people don't find the the treat of marketing.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to tell you, the reason why I was talking about the Mac attack was because, you know, Converse is like one of like my favorite shoes for the most part. Not so much the All-Stars. They have the name is escaping me right now, but it'll come back to me. But it's the shoe that Jordan wore when he hit the jumper against Georgetown.
Gotcha.
It's a shoe that he wore.
Yeah.
Converse has now reintroduced it, and it's now a skate shoe.
Okay.
But when you talk about marketing, this is the tale of two cities. Nike marketed so well all of their models, where Converse, a lot of their stuff gets forgotten in history.
Yeah, it does.
And people remember like they remember the Jack Parcell, they remember they remember like a handful.
Yeah.
But
that's
bro,
what
like,
the weapons, Converse weapons.
Bro, but like they had heat.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Back in the day, Grandmama.
Yeah.
Okay, you have something that you want to share with me, my brother, because it can't just be me all by myself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what? I just want to touch on some more life, you know, some life stuff.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So the first topic I want to touch on is, and these are things that, you know, just in everyday life that, you know what, that I hear people talking about and I hear people pondering on, and I just want to just bring it to the podcast so we can have a, you know, our discussion on them.
This is the round table for that to happen.
Right.
Or the square table.
Right. Yes. Technically rectangle.
Rectangle. Yeah. There we go. Booyah. Told you my brother's of high caliber.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
First one is self-auditing in a relationship.
Ooh. Are you trying to... Did you see that clip on Instagram? There's a brother who talks about, he says, there are women who will be like, he ain't S-H-I-T, he ain't S-H-I-T.
Right.
But who's auditing you?
Right.
Because the woman, the person who is doling out this information never sits back and says, I'm 40 plus years old, I'm not in a relationship, maybe I ain't shit.
Yeah, man, what am I doing?
Wow.
To me, and that's what you should always do. You should always look from within first.
Because safety begins with who?
You, yourself. And you should, whenever things are going wrong or things are happening, just in life in general, look in the mirror first and say, like, what is going on? What is it that I'm doing? Or what can I do better? Or what am I doing that's causing these things to happen?
Right.
But most people don't do that. They point the finger. You did this.
Yeah.
Why did you do this to me? This is your fault. Why? Don't you? What are your thoughts on that?
I understand it. Two, you know, this is a very deep situation.
Yeah. This could get
So there was a point in time where my wife and I mean, one, let me rewind. When two souls come together and form one soul, there's a curve in that.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy, because you're like, when this happens, you're grown.
Yes.
So you 9 times out of 10 have your own house.
Yeah.
She has her own house.
Exactly.
So you all are coming together, and you have to come to grips with, if she like doing her hair and it's all kind of hair in the drain.
Right. Yeah.
You got to come to grips with that.
Yeah.
Or she has to come to grips with, like, maybe this dude ain't doing the dishes or taking the trash out. Like, all of these.
Leaving the toilet seat up, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So that being said, that's just the top.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not even talking about the emotional stuff.
Absolutely. Yes.
And the one thing that I always say is that you got to get yourself friends that are going to hold you accountable.
Man.
Now,
brother.
again.
You know how we do.
Now, again, I will say, this brother right here has taught me a tremendous amount about holding yourself accountable, because this is what would happen. And I'm sure people out there in podcast land are listening and looking at this and saying, what is he about to say? There are times where I would tell you a story, but that story only has my highlights in it.
Right.
So I'm Jordan in those highlights.
Exactly.
You ain't talking about the Sambui part, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what my brother would do, he would say, okay, I hear what you're saying, but how were you at fault in this? And I used to always be like, man, that's why I hate talking to this nigga about shit. Because you would always hold me accountable.
Yeah. That's what friends do.
But that is what friends do.
Absolutely.
So if you're in a situation where you are telling your side and you have carefully calculated this story to absolve you of any problems,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
That's a huge problem.
Yes. Because no one, I don't care what situation you're in, no one is 100% innocent in the situation.
I agree.
No one.
I agree.
So you got to look at it from a holistic standpoint and look at it from the other person's perspective and your perspective. Okay, how could someone else have perceived this in a different way?
Right.
And that's how, and that's to me, I try to approach that in every, relationship, even, even my marriage, my professional relationships and my friendships, same way, because, conflict, you have conflict in every aspect of life.
Every
So
aspect.
I really do try to self-reflect, okay, what did I say or what did I do that this person could have perceived this in a negative tone or negative way.
Right.
And then I look at him like, oh, you know what? Maybe they could have seen that. You know what? That was my fault. I didn't mean it in that way, but take ownership of it.
Right.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, and not to say I'm perfect. I'm not perfect
None
at
of
all.
us. We're all perfectly
Right,
imperfect.
right,
brother.
absolutely.
All of us. Right.
But I really do make an effort to try to self-reflect and be like, okay, what did I do?
Right.
What part in this that was my fault, and how can I be better?
Right.
And I just feel like most people don't do that.
Well, you know what's great about what you're saying is when you take accountability for your actions, there's a saying that my mother used to always say, the truth will set you.
Yes. Yes.
It will set you free.
Yes.
And foolishness will keep you bound up.
Oh, absolutely. There's one thing about it, when you tell a lie, 9 times out of 10, you got to tell a lie to cover up that lie, and then another lie to cover up the lie that you told originally, and it just snowballs.
Hey, man.
But if you keep it 100, your conscience is clean. You don't have people looking for you. You ain't
Say
got
word.
you ain't got dudes on your neck like trying to just keep it 100, and
Yeah.
and just be real and be genuine and self-reflect.
You know what? There are celebrities that I know, and also people who are in the public eye that are constantly changing their phone number.
Yeah.
And I understand it.
Right.
Because you may give it to one person, you may fall out with that
Right,
person. That
right.
person goes and is vengeful and
Right.
give your number to everybody. But to your point, my number has been the same since like I got the cell phone.
Mine too. I've had another number, but I didn't change it because I had another phone. But my main number has been the same since my very first cell phone in 1995.
Bro, since JJ, the king of beepers. Do you remember JJ?
That's the LA. You gotta be from LA to know who JJ the King of Beepers is. And I'm not even LA. You gotta be from 80s and 90s LA to know who JJ the King of Beepers is.
JJ was the king of beepers.
Right.
All right, so this is the next thing I want to rap with you about.
Okay.
The fashion up segment.
Okay.
I long for the days when our NBA coaches get dressed again. Do you remember not so long ago when we won 5 championships in the 80s? Pat Riley was dressed up.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Not only was
and
Pat,
took pride in it though.
but Pat Riley was cold on y'all though.
Whew. Yeah.
He was cold on you.
Yeah.
And everybody that was a coach in terms of basketball, they all were Don Nelson,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fitzgibbons.
Yeah. Cotton Fitzsimmons. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, and the reason what makes me think about this is I went to a game the other night, and I watched our head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and I know we're in a different time now.
Right.
But I mean, the brother wearing like Vans on the sideline. I'm like, what part of the game is this? Like, where like.
To his defense, all this changed during COVID. That's when that switch made. They, the NBA, because there was a dress code. Like, coaches had to dress in suits.
Right.
All that changed during COVID, so they could be, because they were in the bubble. So they could be more comfortable.
More comfortable, right.
They made, they allowed them to dress in, sweats, jeans, or whatnot. So. But I'm with you. I love the days when see Pat Riley in the Italian suit.
Bro, he was.
Yeah, I mean that's the first time
Daly?
that was the first time I saw just a grown man just dressed to a T was Pat Riley.
You remember Daly?
Chuck Daly? Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He was player too.
Absolutely. Yes, he was. He was.
Player.
Yes. Yes.
Now, there's also, before we get to your next thing, there's something called the wow segment, brother. I want to rap with you about.
Right.
What number is the Joker
Talking about
from the Denver Nuggets? What is his number?
what is his number? Is it 0? Oh, no, I forget his number.
What number was Carmelo Anthony?
14, right? Or 16.
15.
15. I knew one of them. Yeah.
So if you know what Melo's number is, you should know what Joker's number is.
I did remember this controversy. Yeah.
Can you believe this?
Yeah. I forgot about
I caught
this.
wind of this. I was like, what?
Yeah.
They are really erasing this brother from the history of the franchise?
Yeah. I forgot about this.
Bro, how crazy
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. Yes. Carmelo Anthony?
You gonna give Joker the same number?
Bro. Can't nobody say nothing bad about Carmelo Anthony to me.
But the thing is this, the way he forced himself out of Denver was foul.
Yeah.
And the
it
thing
was,
is, he
it
could
was.
have just waited to the end of the year.
Right.
And the Knicks
should have.
And
They were going to sign him. He was free agent, so he could have went there.
But the way he forced his way out, I think the organization was like, you know what?
Yeah, they just kind of washed their hands.
You know what? Because I felt like he's a Hall of Famer. First ballot.
Right.
But his number, do you think his number will ever be retired in Denver?
No.
And how could it be?
No. I take that back. Yes, but it's not going to be retired Carmelo Anthony. It's going to be retired Jokovic.
Ooh.
Yes, it is going to be retired.
Ooh. Now, before you get to what you're saying, what you're about to say, how crazy, how vindictive is that plan? That's
a cold.
Bro, that's a cold piece
game
right there, brother.
That's a cold game. And you know what? And I never thought about this until you brought it up, and you're right. And that, I'm sure that was calculated too.
Oh, absolutely.
Cold.
You had something you wanted to ask, brother.
Yeah, the next one is, I'm going to talk about us for a second. When I mean us.
We say us, are you talking about African Americans?
Yes.
Wait.
Black folks.
Actually, Native Africans, I heard that is the appropriate term.
Is it? I mean, I'm old school. I'm black.
Okay,
I'm black.
Okay.
Us black folks.
Okay.
One of my biggest pet peeves is,
What is that, brother?
you know, when something happens in a neighborhood or something, something when the news is in the neighborhood or something happens in the hood, the news, they don't go try to find the most intelligent, the most well-spoken, the most well-dressed person in the neighborhood.
Man.
They seek out the
hoochiest.
most craziest,
The hoochiest.
unintelligent,
Yeah.
toothless,
Oh, yeah.
craziest dressing person in the neighborhood and stick a camera in them and ask them, okay, so what do you think about the situation?
Right.
Why?
Well, I think that there is a narrative to black people in terms of there's so many places in the world where black people are not. Literally, we are not there.
Right.
The only way you see us is via the TV and via music.
Right. Yeah, for the most part, you're
So
right.
so if I am of another ethnicity and all I've seen is Sexy Red and the girl being the hoochiest and the tattoos on the face and
Yeah.
the house shoes and all that other shit,
Right.
I'm gonna think, and it's the stupidest thing to think because you gotta know that we're not all a monolith.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
But you gotta think in places where we're not, people form opinions on you.
Yes, that they are a representation of us.
So what I'm saying to you is, if something happened in front of someone's home, why are you talking to somebody who looks homeless?
Right. Exactly.
If this happened in front of the
Right.
apartment building, why
Yeah.
are you not talking to the super?
Exactly. Right.
You're not talking. You talking to
Let
the
me
woman.
find the manager of this building.
You talking to the woman with 5 kids. Her hair's blown out.
Yeah.
It's braided on this side. She came outside.
Right. Exactly. I mean, came out half dressed, belly hanging out. It would look like she got on. Like they literally try to go find the craziest looking black person in the neighborhood and put a camera and a microphone in their face.
Yeah.
That just bothers me.
But my question to you is, does that not happen in other communities?
I've yet to see it.
I mean, the reason why I'm asking is I've never seen it. I've never seen a Latino on the news that is just overtly ignorant.
Right, yeah. I've yet to see it too.
But I've seen plenty of us though.
Plenty of us. And when I'm saying us, I'm saying us. I'm not excluding us. I'm black and proud to be black.
Yes.
And I see plenty of us looking ignorant and sounding crazy. Talking. Oh man, that really bothers my soul when that happens. When that happens, I'm like, oh, here we go. It's hard for me to watch that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, you can't even string two sentences. I need two words together. Well, what I thought they did, when they came around my deal, I didn't know what happened. Hey, Miss Jenkins, come here. I'm like, damn.
Now you like cut it.
Oh, like why y'all couldn't go find like somebody that just more articulate than that?
Listen,
it just makes us look crazy.
It makes us look crazy, but keep in mind, some of the top-rated shows were Jerry Springer, Cops, all those shows have an audience.
But are they doing that? You're not getting.
It's intentional.
Are they really doing that for ratings though? So I'm gonna go find the craziest looking black person, the one who can't really talk. I'm gonna put them in a camera in their face, and I'm gonna get ratings from that.
I think it's
the news.
I feel like it's definitely racially motivated to show these people in the worst light possible. Now the thing is if an accident happens, and it just happens to be this dude who's living in an encampment, who happens to be down on his luck, happens to be African American, all right,
because you're talking about a specific thing, specific situation, and it includes them.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it includes them because this is their neighborhood. But like when I hear something from somebody in that neighborhood, I want to understand what really happened. I don't want to understand some shit. Yeah. Well, I want to understand. I want when black folks on TV, I want to see us in a beautiful, incredible, positive light. I don't want people to look at it like, oh my God, look at these black folks.
But you know what though? That's why situations like this are important.
Right. Yeah.
Because we're talking about a multitude of topics.
Right.
Now we are getting up close to the end of this episode.
Okay.
But I want to send you all off with a bang. Can you please discuss with me the strength and allure of baby hairs?
I was not expecting that one, brother. Man.
Please let me know, because we are at pandemic levels with baby hairs right now.
Bro, we can take this all the way back to LL. You know what he said in the song? Baby hair pumping, lip gloss is shining.
Baby hairs pumping.
I mean, I don't know what the lure is. I guess it's just like, okay, when your edges is loose, you got to do something with them. I don't know.
But I mean, everybody had Juju Watkins.
Yeah.
Baby hair game on point.
Yeah, on point. Yeah.
The sister from South Carolina.
Yeah.
With the red hair.
Yeah. Cardoso. Yeah.
She not even from America and got baby hair.
Brazil. Yeah.
They wearing baby hairs in Brazil?
Obviously. Yo, I wasn't ready for this question. I did not.
So in your greatest assessment, because you have two beautiful girls.
Yeah.
Do they ever indulge in the appreciation of baby hairs?
You know what? Honestly, I don't. Maybe I think.
What do you mean? Maybe these are your daughters. You see them every day.
But I don't do their hair, but their mother does their hair. So I don't. I think they do baby hair, but I don't know for sure. I'm gonna start paying attention.
So my question to you is, when you see baby hair, like the first time you walked on campus at Westchester,
right?
And you saw that cool one
with what we call the silky,
silk.
Yeah.
She had those baby hairs pumping. Was you like, ooh, like when you saw Keisha Ziegler for the first time? Shout out to Keisha Ziegler too.
KZ didn't get a shout out on the podcast, did she? Actually, I just texted her the other day. It was her birthday. Her birthday passed.
Bro.
Happy birthday, KZ.
When you think of LA women back then, also
legend.
But hold on, also the woman that Game was married to,
Tiffany Cambridge, LA legend.
Bro,
still LA legend.
Bro, when I tell
LA
you,
legend.
like when I saw them at they I don't think they were together at the Fox Hills the first time I saw them. But I was like, who is that? And it was like, oh, that's Tiffany.
Yeah.
But it was like common knowledge.
Right. It was no social media back then either.
Bro,
everybody just knew who Tiffany Cambridge was because she was just a cool one.
She was incredible.
Yeah.
But I got another one for you who was a repeat baby hair offender and was beautiful too. Maia Campbell.
Ooh, she was a legend.
Maia Campbell was so...
And she put on for the dark-skinned chicks, too. Dark-skinned women, she put on for them.
But what I'm saying to you is they all touched down at Westchester.
Yeah, they did.
She went to the summer school.
Yeah, brother.
And keep in mind,
that's what we was known for.
Listen, I am from John Muir High School in Pasadena, California. Nowhere near Westchester.
Right.
How am I giving you the rundown on all these chicks?
Yeah, brother, that
y'all was legendary.
Yes, legendary for the cool ones and for how we dress. Legendary.
All right. So that being said, I'm coming back to the baby hairs though.
Okay, what's up?
What like do you like the baby hairs?
I mean, I don't dislike them, but they're not a prerequisite for for if you don't have baby hairs, I'm not like I'm cool. Like my wife don't have baby hairs. My wife don't be in the mirror. Okay, let me make sure my edges is pumping. Like she don't be doing that.
Oh my.
No, so I mean, hey, I don't care about the baby hairs like that.
I feel that there's certain things that are in our community that should remain in our community.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of the Kardashians is gonna get a hold of baby hairs, and it's gonna be a national thing, just like the fade. Yeah. With Travis Kelce.
That was crazy. I'm glad that was crazy.
Bro.
I'm glad he came out and said, "Yo, I didn't invent this. This was the thing. Preceded me."
But bro, this is why this is so egregiously foul.
Yeah.
You think that this guy invented the fade?
Right. Really? Like brother's been wearing that same haircut for ages, and you think this brother came on the scene and invented this?
He came on the scene and invented the fade. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis.
But thank him for coming out and saying that, yo, now I didn't invent this.
I mean,
because he even knew how ignorant that was.
I will give him shouts because there's a buddy of mine that writes, and he was talking about. I had made a statement about how Travis went from being super swagged out with the beard, and then he got with
Taylor Swift.
He got with Taylor Swift, and then he looked like a police officer.
Right, absolutely.
He looked like he pulled you over.
Sheriff Walanowski.
Yeah, exactly. But I will give him his props because he did come out and say that he didn't invent the fade. But the fact that he had to come out and say it,
it's just, I mean, it's insane. I can't even put words on how crazy that is. They think he invented that haircut. It's just crazy.
Okay. So fortunate for us, and fortunate for you, we have reached the end of another episode of The Mesurables.
Oh, man.
Again, shot by CaliiVision, Instagram at The Mesurables. Full episodes available on YouTube. If you like the content, please press subscribe to get these numbers up.
Subscribe. We're keeping it all the way 100 on this podcast. We're talking about the stuff that y'all think about and don't nobody talk about. This is what we're talking about.
I'm just saying, be mindful and always listen to yourself. Be kind to yourself because you're always listening. Until next time. Oh, yeah, that's a bar right there. Peace. The Mesurables.